My name is Luo Chen. 7 years ago, I died on the operating table during childbirth. The only thing I could do was laugh. I transmigrated into this ABO novel, worked my ass off raising the villain Jiang-Su into a cheerful, well-adjusted kid, only to end up getting devoured by the wolf I'd raised myself. And then died giving birth to his kid. What a fucking joke. I thought I was free. But 7 years later, the system yanked me back. I opened my eyes to a rundown warehouse and a kid tied to a chair. He looked exactly like Jiang-Su did when he was little. I lost it. System, are you insane? You want me to go through all that again with Jiang-Su? The system played dead. The door opened behind me. A few masked men walked in. Boss, the kid wasn't lying. His dad actually sent the money. I blinked. Who's his dad? Jiang-Su, head of the Jiang group. I turned and looked at the kid. Jiang-Su's son? The kid I lost back then. If he'd lived, he'd be about this age. The kidnappers wanted to kill him. I sent them away, then cut the ropes myself. The system shrieked in my head. Congratulations, host. This is your son with Jiang-Su. Take him to Jiang-Su now. I froze for a second. Then I ignored it and pulled off my mask. The kid stared at me, and his eyes suddenly went red. Dad? I frowned. I'll have your dad come get you. Host, don't you want to see Jiang-Su? I did. But I couldn't. Back then, Jiang-Su didn't follow the story's path. The system killed me to force his hand. I knew him too well. What would happen to him after I was gone? I couldn't even imagine. So I wouldn't see him. At least this way, he wouldn't lose his mind over me again. I put the kid in my car. What's your name? Jiang-Sik-hen. I snorted. Lame. Jiang-Sik-hen took me to the hideout he'd set up. Then he put an electric collar on me. I was being held prisoner by my own son. Uncle, you should stay and be my daddy. I was furious. I am your real dad. He nodded vaguely. That night, Jiang-Su showed up. Hearing his voice through the door made my heart skip. But Jiang-Sik-hen tossed me unconscious. When I woke up, the kid was sitting by the bed, giving me a very serious lecture. Uncle, you need to remember Dad's preferences, his habits, and all his memories with you. I looked at the Jiang-Su information he'd handed me and almost laughed. My son was teaching me how to win over his dad? The audacity! But then he kept talking. He told me about the pursuers, the ones the system sent before me. They all knew he was allergic to mushrooms. They knew his favorite colors, his favorite cartoons. They knew everything. I thought it was Daddy watching over me from heaven. But Dad got so mad. He said I shouldn't mistake other people for my real daddy. But I never even got to meet my real daddy. I went quiet. All those strategy game players used him. They got close with fake affection, used him, then abandoned him. Over and over. My kid had been treated like a tool for 7 years. I knelt down and pulled him into my arms. You've met him now. On the 7th day of my imprisonment, Jiang-Su found us. When he pressed the gun to the back of my head, I felt strangely calm. Jiang-Su? The man behind me went still. I turned around and met those eyes I hadn't seen in 7 years. He stared at me like I was a hallucination. The gun slipped from his hand. I caught it and pressed it back against his forehead. If the kid weren't here, I'd shoot you. Jiang-Su's eyes went red. Jiang-Sik-hen rushed over and stood in front of him, crying and hitting me. Bad guy. Don't hurt my dad. Jiang-Su stopped him. Don't hit him. His voice shook. He's your dad. We had dinner together. The three of us. In silence. Jiang-Su's eyes never left me. When I put my chopsticks down, he handed me a napkin. When I reached for something, he passed me water. Like he was handling a dream that might shatter. That night, I cornered him in the bedroom. You have nothing to say? He clenched his jaw. Finally, he spoke. I'm sorry. Not I missed you. Not your back. Just I'm sorry. My heart felt like it was filled with concrete. I'm sorry. He said it again. His voice broke on the last word. I knew. All these years, he'd been drowning in guilt. He couldn't face Jiang-Sik-hen because looking at him reminded him of the day I died. But he didn't get it. I wanted this. I needed his twisted, obsessive love. Because I was the same. I pulled him close. It's not your fault. For Jiang Sichen's 7th birthday, We went to an amusement park. We rented the whole place. He was so excited he was standing by our bed at 6 in the morning. Jiangsu took him on every ride. Carousel, roller coaster, everything. By the end, I was dead on a bench, waving them toward the Ferris wheel. But Jiang Sikhen just shook his head. You stay with Daddy, Dad. I'll go with the bodyguard. And he ran off. I watched him go, my chest aching. This kid was too mature, too thoughtful. I grabbed Jiangsu and punched his arm. It's his birthday. Can't you spend time with him? Jiangsu took my hand, his voice heavy. It's also the day I lost you. Can't you spend time with me? I stared at him. Then I sighed. You want to know what those 7 years were like? I told him about the lightning. 6 times. First time my right leg burned. Second, my eyebrows got singed. Third, I woke up in a hospital, grabbing a doctor and asking if he was an alpha or omega. The worst time, my abdomen was badly burned. I lost some hearing in my left ear. Every thunderstorm, I ran toward the lightning. Everyone thought I was crazy, but I knew those years with you were real. I wanted to come back. Every second of every day. I kept thinking the kid's gone, I'm gone, and you're all alone. All those years I spent trying to change your fate, wasted. I held his hand tight. Nothing can separate us. He was crying. Then the Ferris wheel fell. The car with Jiang Sikhen in it plummeted from the sky. The surgery light went out. The doctor came out and shook his head. The world went silent. Static. Nothing. When I came to, I was standing on the edge of the roof. Jiangsu was on his knees, screaming. Lochimlees, don't. I held out my hand. Come here. He walked toward me. I pulled him close and kissed his forehead. Let's go get our boy. And I jumped. You're insane. You're going to destroy the whole world. The system screamed in my head. I laughed. The main character of this world was Jiangsu. If he died, this instance would fall apart. I'd always been good at getting what I wanted. Fine. Fine. You win. The system's voice faded. And then I heard familiar voices. Daddy's being lazy. Let him sleep a little longer. I opened my eyes. Sunlight. A garden. A white table. Fancy afternoon tea. Jiang Sikhen was rolling in the grass. Jiangsu was beside me, rubbing my face. Bad dream? I stared at them for a long time. Finally, I managed no. Just out of it. Jiang Sikhen ran over and grabbed my hand. Daddy, let's play statue. I wiped the corner of my eye and smiled. Okay. Statue. Jiang Sikhen ran to the tree and yelled, facing away. The wind blew. Leaves rustled. Jiangsu watched me, worry in his eyes. I smiled at him. What? He didn't answer. Just held my hand tighter. Jiang Sikhen turned around and pouted. Daddy, you didn't move. I did. You just couldn't tell. Daddy, that ant passed you. Jiangsu laughed. I shot him a look. Then he scooped me up. Hey, put me down. He leaned in, his breath warm against my ear. You didn't want to move. So I'll move for you. My face went red. I remembered that night he'd worn me out, and he'd said the same thing. You don't have the energy? Then let me do the work. Under the tree, Jiang Sichen's counting dragged from 3 to 10, then 10 to 20. Finally, he yelled in frustration. Are you done kissing yet?